Hi, it's Raina from Raina's Cozy Adventure, and today I'm going to show you a walkthrough of a build I've been working on for a long time and finally got finished, and that is Beauty and the Beast Farm and Winery. So let's get started. This is the winery area. I used the sun-baked path with these stones that I think I made. I just made them last night. Put a little seating area here. Um, the water tank. A couple of other cute things. I like this because it shines really nice at night. And then over here is where they actually press their wines. One fell off the table. And make it, I have no idea if a fireplace or stove is used at all. I doubt it, but it's there. And I use this pathing throughout the entire area except for a couple spots like this that are going
Well,
off to
at
like the
least the
garden.
neighbors are friendly. Mostly.
And then I did make this a Beauty and the Beast farm and winery. I just felt like, a grand family would have both those things.
Oh, perhaps
So
I'll
the
visit my
winery
animal friends.
does have, hello, um, winery does have two doors coming, so you can come through here. And I put the well here. I don't know, I just liked that, the way that looks. And I brought Sleeping Beauty over here, and I also liked the way the windmill looked. There's no other good reason for it. But I did bring Sleeping Beauty over here because it's probably in my imagination, but Beauty and the Beast were always fighting, and I felt like she was lonely. And half the time he'd come over and he's like running away from the castle, and she comes out all mad. So, anyhow, she's a lot happier now that she has a friend.
I couldn't
I love
ask
this
for kinder
fountain,
neighbors.
and so I put it here. I thought it looked nice. These trees I had a hard time finding, but you craft them, not buy them. So the barn over here, I did a few outside decorations here. Um, and then over here, I just remember seeing old barns with sheds that are almost falling down. So I just made it like for welding, an old welding place, or they do ironworks in it for something on the farm. I live in a place that used to have a ton of farms. They have less now, but so these are things that I've seen, but I don't really know what they're for because we weren't farmers. So the barn is actually where my major storage is, and I don't have anything special done here. Uh, I I don't divide it up a ton. All the fruits for all the lands are in here. All the vegetables for all the lands are in here. Um, I find that just keeping most of them 50 is enough. Some of them you'll see I have more, but that's not because I care that much. It's just because I overgathered and they're here. And as soon as I gather something that maybe I don't have on here, they'll get knocked off. I'll just sell them. But 50 usually does me more than fine. Same with all these. The only ones I have separated, I did separate the shiny versus the regular jewels, and then the flowers. These are mainly the original valley, and then these are mainly all the others. I say mainly because that's the way I mean them to be, but they get mixed up. um, I do have all wood in one and all forging for others. And as far as what I put in forging versus crafting versus digging, I went by what they have because that's just the easiest. And I know sometimes it doesn't make much sense what they have in there to me either, but if I go on to collection looking for it and it says it's a digging item, but yet I chose to put it somewhere else, I'm never going to find it. That's just the way my brain works. This one is the one attached to everywhere else, and I have one of these chests in almost every part of the valley. If they're not there yet, I'm working on putting them there. So that just makes life easier to get the storage items up here without having to carry them all back and forth several times. I have a crafting bench. I can cook here. I put a few things in the refrigerator. I put potions and stuff in there. Alright. So, nothing special. And then I put this out here, not like an outhouse, but like a tool shed. Alright, so here is my garden. And here's what I've done. At the end of every garden, you will see that I have the seeds for at least 3 rows, if not more. All of these rows are pretty much the original valley. Those are the things we use the most, by far. And all seeds go here, and then occasionally the product is here because I had too much in the other area. Alright, so I think pretty much everything up to here is from this valley. Whenever we get a free update, they're going to take from the valley. Whenever we get a DLC, they take from the new DLC, and then they also take from the valley. But, like, you know, when's the last time, I mean, and maybe it's just me, that we use these? Or the last time that they ask us to even use beans? So, I do keep 50 of everything, and then these areas here are just to replenish what I've used. So say I use 10 pineapples. My reasoning here is that I just pick these, refill my storage, and plunk down some more pineapples to grow. I don't need every single vegetable and fruit growing at the same time. Now, if I didn't have a storage at all, I might want to do that. But I have plenty of storage. I don't need to do that. Over here, I use this area for multiple things. Right now, I have half pumpkins and half tomatoes because I'm out of tomatoes. And so I need a lot of them really fast. Most of the time, this is only pumpkins because that's how I make most of my money in game. But this area also, with, for instance, Wish Blossom Ranch, during the time I was doing that DLC, those quests, I just grew everything I needed for those quests, either here or right in the DLC, Wish Blossom Ranch. So that's that's my little gardening. That's probably more information than you even want to know. So, alright, so that was our daytime look at it. So I think it's especially pretty at night. I just like nighttime in general too, so put some lighting here in different areas. And I like the warm glow of the lantern. Out here there's not too much. Alright, so that was the tour of my Beauty and the Beast farm and winery. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave it a like. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. I thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day.